Before the government deploys these technologies further, they must be scrutinized, and the American public needs to be given a chance to weigh in.
That was Representative Benny Thompson during a hearing by the House Homeland Security Committee that he chairs on the use of facial recognition technology by the Department of Homeland Security. That technology is increasingly used by law enforcement, even as serious questions remain.
Here to discuss the topic is Derek Thompson, a writer at The Atlantic and host of the Crazy Genius podcast, where he addressed artificial intelligence and its intersection with the justice system in an episode just last month. Derek, welcome to you.
Good to be here.
Before we get into that, I want to really dig deep into what it is. Now, not all facial recognition is created equal.
No, that's true. I think that it's reasonable to think about there being three categories of facial recognition technology. The first category is that which at least seems to be utterly private, the facial recognition technology that exists on advanced iPhones. You look at the iPhone, it opens up, you see text from your family. That is within, you could say, a kind of closed network.
You and the phone.
You and the phone. Yep. Then there's facial recognition technology that you clearly opt into, say the Clear program for passing through security lines. I think some people at the table have opted into that. You all like it.
You pay for it, too.
Right. There are, for example, also kiosks for burger joints or other restaurants that have facial recognition technology that you can choose to use. But then there's a third category of facial recognition technology, and that is that which you do not necessarily choose to enter, and you don't give explicit permission to join. So say when the city of Detroit or ICE or another law enforcement agency is surveilling a group of people and using their faces that they have checked against photo IDs without those people's permission or understanding to root out potential criminals, that is the third category that I think privacy experts are most concerned about.
And that's what came up. There was a Washington Post report about ICE officials using or requesting that type of information from 3 states. Why do we need to care about this? Why is this important?
We need to care about it because the technology is progressing so quickly, but the law isn't. And the national understanding of that technology isn't. So as a result, you have a situation where there isn't a legal national standard for these sort of behaviors for ICE and other law enforcement agencies, but at the same time, they're already progressing. They're using the technology against various people, against undocumented workers, against people who might be criminals walking in a crowd. And we don't have any national standard. As a result, the cities and states are having to make up their own minds and balance two different constituencies. Do we listen to the law enforcement agencies, the police who are telling us we need these tools, they're helpful, or do we listen to the public that's saying, whoa, 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 wait, we're not ready for this?
There's a balance somewhere, but no one's setting that balance right now, on the national level at least. Two U.S. cities have banned now the use of facial recognition technology by city agencies. Does that continue?
I think it's absolutely going to continue. I think it is extremely important and telling that one of the 2 cities that banned facial recognition technology is San Francisco, the hub, the mecca of modern technology advancement. And I think what you see there, it really is unbelievably ironic.
Yeah.
And I think what you're seeing there is that, isn't it ironic that the city that should understand the implications of facial recognition technology the most was the first major city to ban it. I think that should give a lot of major cities a little bit of pause to say, what does it say that the more you understand about this thing, the more you fear it?
Well, you know, there's still some glitches in it, too. The technology in and of itself isn't perfect, and it has civil rights implications.
Yes, it has severe civil rights implications because lots of different tests of facial recognition technologies have found that they consistently misrepresent or misidentify non-white faces. That's a very serious problem when you consider that ICE is looking for undocumented workers who might have come from Central America, or that the city of Detroit is using surveillance technology against a population that has an enormous black population. So I think it's really important to understand that not only do you need laws in the books, I think you also need third-party validators to say, this technology works, this technology doesn't. Let's make sure that if we are going to use this tech, we have it it's being used so that it identifies people's faces equally.
Technology ahead of the laws.
That sure is.
Indeed.
Derek Thompson, thanks once again.